Kia ora koutou, ko Matariki roi mata kahurangi Maxwell mihi nui ahau. Heuri no tuharangi Ngāti Wāhiao, Ngāti Rangiwiwihi me Ngāti Kahungunu. Ko te kaumā whitu aku Pakiki. I tupu ake au ki te pā o whakarewarewa. So I was fortunate enough to go to a wānanga called Te Arawa Tauhitoa, which is a whakapapa education-driven wānanga. And it talks about our whakapapa, who we are, why we are. And I think this mahi is important because a lot of rangatahi don't know where they come from or they have lost connections. And I like to think of the wānanga as a bridge. We have lots of barriers as rangatahi to know where we come from and who we are. And I feel as if this bridge is the wānanga that gets us over to knowing and feeling a bit more of our kete into knowledge and about our environment and about connections with different whanaunga and learning about the place that we are staying at. But yeah, this mahi was, to me, was, how would you say it? Was like experiencing stuff that I thought I already knew but I didn't know it properly. And from different people who came in to talk to us and their different expertise, it was almost like hearing something that I already should know, but I didn't. And I think I'm really fortunate to know the stuff that I do now because I have lots of friends that are unfortunate and who don't know where they come from and don't know their marae and don't know their ancestors' stories. And like I said, this is heavily whakapapa driven. So whakapapa to us is our everything. It's our spiritual, mental, emotional connection to Hawaii. And lots of people don't know where Hawaii is or they've been told that it's this made up place. But for someone who has been fortunate, like myself, to travel over to where our waka left in Raiatea and to walk upon the grounds that our ancestors once did, but not know the meaning or how special the grounds they did walk upon was, this wānanga helped me. It even humbled me into knowing that I come from Waka, but I don't know everything about Waka. And because this wānanga was at Waka, I was actually being taught by my older cousins who I thought didn't know much, but they actually know quite a lot. And it was good because, you know, I have a line of women in my life that come from this place, and to know a little bit of what they knew helped me. And it actually, I guess, started my journey in trying to keep this place alive for more than my life and more than my children's life and my grandchildren. So then I started to work alongside the Regional Council, Bay of Plenty Regional Council, and I applied for a position on a youth engagement. And now the youth engagement was a plan and a strategy on how we, the rangatahi, feel like our environment could do better and how we could have an input and not just sending, you know, commenting on a link that we saw that the council has put up, but it was actually getting into the real mahi and figuring out ways and actually saying how we feel and having our voices heard. And so we did a 12-month plan with, I think there was 14 of us on that engagement plan. We would have monthly meetings and we would discuss, you know, what are our values. And we had like kaitiakitanga, manaakitanga, kotahitanga, whanaungatanga. Those were our 4 key values. And under those values came what we wanted out of the plan. So in these meetings, everyone got to talk about different aspects of where they come from, their region, and what they think is struggling and could do with more council notice, I guess. And so there was, I think, 4 of us from Rotorua, and we all talked about our own places, and obviously my place was Whakarewarewa. And I talked about our waterways and how we can try to improve it and what are the things that are causing it to be so bad. And everyone had their input, and then we created this plan. And we took it to the Tauranga Council and we presented our plan there, and we talked to different councillors and they were asking questions about, you know, and this is amazing, mahi, but how do you think it will go and what are your guys' purpose? And those are questions we could answer straight away because we felt so passionate about it. And I think that passion came from the Tarawa Tauhitua because I didn't know, and now I know a lot of stuff that I, you know, wasn't able to know before. But now I'm taking what I learnt there onto the regional council. And I hope that this mahi carries on to other things. I think for someone who hasn't experienced what a lot of us have been fortunate to be immersed upon, you are your only barrier. You is what's stopping you from learning about where your ancestors once shaped upon. You are your only barrier about learning about the tribal differences that your ancestors fought upon. You have the power to learn your history. And it isn't as easy as just saying it, but little steps like reconnecting with different whānau who maybe go there a lot or who are quite known and can get you to different connections or making different networks. I think for me, what I would say to myself even with the loss of connection to Awaho is I'm not going to learn if I don't put myself out there and do it. I'm not going to get any closer to any connection if I don't make the connection myself. And I think that's something that a lot of people find quite hard to come to terms with, is that you yourself have to put yourself in places that make you feel uncomfortable to get to know your own home. And I'm not just saying it because I don't know, because I do, and I feel the shyness that people get, and the, you know, you see your other cousins who bond quite easily with everyone who's already there, and yeah, it comes quite whakamā to people and myself, but I think everyone knows that if you belong there, you belong there, and no one has the right to tell you that you don't belong there, because if your whakapapa says it, well, then you do. And just like every bloodline, you know, there are people that are going to shun you away, and there are people that won't help you to build that connection. But like I said, if you want that connection, you make that connection. If you want to learn your history, learn your history. Yeah, I think over time, getting more people to back maybe what I'm trying to resolve, or maybe, you know, talking to different people to help making different connections to, and have them have the same vision as myself. And over COVID, you know, I've never seen the river so clear, and it wasn't crystal Awaho clear, but it was clearer than you can see the bottom. And, you know, I haven't seen Parikōhuru bubbling so much. I haven't seen our baths clearer than ever. And I think the break, because people didn't see it, obviously because no one was allowed in our village, they didn't see how good that the break was to us. And although it was a sad time because we have to rebuild from that, our environment is doing way better than what it was because we had that break. Yeah, so I think for myself is more to try and encourage those days where maybe once a week we don't have tourists coming through, and even if it's a Sunday, or if we don't, just little changes that make a big difference, because we don't want COVID again where we're having 3 years of absolutely nothing, but just to, you know, everyone needs to pamper themselves every now and then, so why don't we pamper our own homes, kind of thing. But yeah.